Aubrey, Drizzy, Marley, Graham. Why did y'all think I was lying? I told y'all, listen, I've been happy that I'm on the winning side. My favorite rapper always raps. My favorite rapper drops all the time. My favorite rapper stands by the codes of hip hop. He's gonna respond. He's down to lyrically get down with anybody. He's been barring niggas up since whenever. He's giving her a bar, him a bar, everybody get a bar. And nobody really wanted to squabble. All right, cool. Y'all say, oh, okay. Well, you know, I'll take it. Yeah, the Pusha T thing, we could call it LeBron James versus Dallas Mavericks in the finals. Okay, cool. We'll take that. But other than that, my boy undefeated. Everybody caught the fades. He's helped these niggas' careers. He's the only nigga, I ain't gonna lie to you. This is some biblical shit. He killed the nigga career and brought it back to life, nigga. Yo, this nigga looked like a mummy out the fucking casket when he brought that nigga back to life. And that nigga was like, am I back alive again? Look at this shit, nigga. Yeah, right here, nigga. You know I'm about to pull up when he walks this nigga out, nigga. That's how you bring a nigga back to earth. Feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Brought that nigga back to earth. This some biblical shit, nigga. You ever seen a nigga kill a nigga? And nigga, only Jesus we seen die and come back to life. Drake killed the nigga. Gave him going bad, and then brought this nigga back out of the fucking casket like a mummy. Look at this mummy ass nigga right here. Oh my God, I'm back alive. Is this Earth or is this a pearly gates? I don't know what it is. Oh my God, Drake is like, he's just chilling. This nigga looking like, yo, is this the morgue? What the fuck? What's on my toe? Yeah, nigga, you a fucking corpse. Killed you, brought you back. All I'm saying is my favorite rapper keeping hip hop. Does yours? I'm asking honestly, does yours? So let's run that back one more time. Stop playing with me, nigga. Brain, how do you get a part-time rapper to actually fucking rap? He said, yo, I was waiting on Kendrick for years to go first. That's what he told me.
It's actually him.
I swear, he said, I promise you, he said, I was waiting on Kendrick to go first that I could actually drop. But then Kendrick fans, hold on. Kendrick fans did do mental gymnastics. No. He dropped Like That. It's #1 in the country. Drake said, fuck it. I'm going to drop a clear diss. He said, no subliminals. Everybody know, when it comes to bars, Drake's the best in the world. He usually subliminally decimates you. You know what he said? He wanted to make it very clear. He called his name. He said it directly. Check this out. You know what everybody said? Nah, that's AI. Wait, He didn't claim it yet. He didn't drop it. Yo, they have every excuse in the book. Every excuse. Oh, well, does he really mean it? Oh, well, every excuse. Okay, they drop it. They said, no, well, if he didn't release on DSPs, it don't count. You know what Drake said? Fuck it. It's on DSPs today. Did you see it? It's going crazy. You know what they said? Well, Kendrick is dropping his album. He can't drop when he has a #1 song called Like That and Taylor Swift is dropping. You know what this nigga Drake just said? He said, bruh, I can't drop a song to get you to rap to me. You know what I gotta do? Drake had to go to the hackers. Yo, teach me how to make AI. I gotta talk to this guy from a dead guy's voice. I gotta talk to you from the spirit of Tupac. I gotta talk to you from the conscience of Snoop Dogg. I gotta tell you, stop being a bitch and let's squabble. Hey, listen, I really share what me and the boy talk about, but he definitely said this because I thought this was amazing chess moves. I didn't even know about this. He said to me this, I'm gonna read it directly. He said, bro, everybody knows he just came off an 84 city tour. It broke every record. He made hundreds of millions of dollars. It's the best and highest selling hip hop tour of all time. Everybody would be exhausted. He went on tour with Savage, then he went on tour with J. Cole, then Wayne. Bro, he should be tired. You know what he said? He said, bro, I was trying to come off tour and relax. And niggas fucked up my whole feng shui. You know what feng shui is? You know, your whole vibe. You know what I mean? Like your whole little ambiance. Come on. And he said, now I gotta eat until his debate is over. He's locked in the studio. He is ready for war, and he's just not gonna, you see Kendrick fans gonna be like, oh no, well, we gotta wait till like the summertime and maybe he drop. No. He wants to clear this up in a month. We're not gonna keep this beat like, yo, this guy doesn't rap often. Kendrick Lamar is a ghost. Hey, if you seen a guy, would you be for someone who streams once a year? Yeah. Or he quits. Well, actually, you be trying to quit a couple times, so I gotta get at you about that. But anyway, a guy who's a part-time rapper, he's Kawhi Leonard. So anyway, he's begging this guy to drop, and now we're at the point of how long do we have to wait? Drake is telling you, if Kendrick drops today, he might drop tomorrow. He's ready. What more do we want from Drake? What more do we have to ask for Kendrick to rap? Hey, if you're from LA, you should be disappointed. You're a Kendrick fan, you should be disappointed. J. Cole fans, you guys need Jesus, because if Drake had apologized to a motherfucker, I would have deleted my entire streaming career and music. I couldn't listen to him the same. But my come up has always been about these moments that was high tension in the culture. So, man, I just want to see it happen. And everybody knows I'm like, Drake my favorite rapper, but I want Kendrick to respond. He told us, we the big three like we started a league. But right now I'm feeling like Muhammad Ali. I listened to them bars and I was like, yes, this is a guy saying, imagine a guy said he felt like he was Floyd Mayweather, felt like he was Michael Jordan. He felt like he was, you're thinking he's ready for smoke. He said, listen, if I ever diss you, he said, something like, oh, your caller ID, basically saying it's going to be so direct. He was saying that I'm ready for anything. Man, once I saw him apologize, I thought I was in a bad dream. Why did you hype us up? You lied. You lied to us. Don't tell us that you're this, because this is the thing about hip hop, right? That's why it's a great competitive sport. Everything that you're saying that you are, eventually you will be tested, right? You're saying, yo, if it ever goes down, like, for example, I'll use the example. Gangster rappers say, if it ever goes down, I'll never snitch. It's cute to say that when you're not arrested, right? Until you get locked up and it's like, fuck, I'm facing 40 years? All right, I'm definitely snitching. Now people get to know the real you. You only see the real person when these moments happen. So we're seeing the real Drake. We're seeing the real Kendrick. I've always said this about Kendrick. Great at making moments, but he's always dropped a grenade in the room and ran out. And he's never, ever came back to finish the job. People were impressed by the grenade drop. Drake is actually saying, all right, cool, we're actually in a fight, let's go. We're gonna see the true Kendrick, the true Drake. Drake clearly, I hear he got about a couple more of these lows. And you know Drake. True. I'm telling you right now, obsessively, and you know, I don't think it'd be tight if I say this. Obsessively, night and day, weird times of the morning, weird times of the night, he's obsessed with this current situation. Why? Because he cares about his legacy. This is a legacy play. This is a guy with a jumbo jet that's made $1 billion just off music. His other, you know what I mean? Shoot, he has a great situation with Kick, like Kick and Steak, right? He's not starving for cash. He cares about this because at the end of the day, he doesn't want, when we're 10 years older and we're talking about this time, there to be a debate where we're like, oh no, some people think. Let me try to be unbiased and try to answer. What I think Kendrick, and I think his advantages is, hey, you're the guy who's a little bit more popish, but I'm the guy. So on the pop side, Drake, you know, kind of flourishes more. He appeals to everyone. He's more palatable. But I'm the guy that's known for art. And I need to find a way to artistically create the scenario where I'm responding to you that everyone is saying, I tore you layer by layer. I eviscerated you. And it just shows the levels between us as artists, right? Hey, cool, your song might have been good for the clubs, but it literally eviscerated your soul. To go back and give a reference that some people might know, Jay-Z and Jay-Z was popular, you got to think over this Nas. When Nas dropped the song called Ether, that became a verb. Yo, I ethered you. And what that was a lyrical breakdown of someone's soul. He said, you 36 in a karate class. Like, he was talking about just everything that was even insecure about him. You know what I mean? And that's why I think Kendrick is taking so long, because he has to plan that, right?
Got it. You got it.
Me and Drake are one of the 2% writers ever. I heard Kendrick give him the highest praises, saying, yo, I love this guy. I heard A$AP Rocky says the only person I owe something to in my career is Drake. I heard these guys speak so highly of him. So it comes down to two things. And it's very sad that I gotta like actually trivialize it to these two things. It's either jealousy of this guy that, number one, you know, I've always said with any billionaire, they've probably fucked a couple people over. Like if you see it, there's no billionaire that's like just done every. And when I mean fuck, not like because they're bad people, they're shrewd businessmen, right? Hey, listen, yo, I worked with you here. You're cold. All right, cool. I know you thought we're friends. I moved on a little bit, and I think that may have eventually turned to some jealousy. The other side is women. I do think, and I'm one of the biggest fans of Drake, and I do think that because Drake, you know, he plays the game of, you know, really being in the mix and he's the guy. I think Drake has honestly been with a lot of these guys. Girls. There's a lot of rumors about that. And I do believe that resentment built up, but it's hard when you're the guy. Like, you know, listen to this track. Let me give you what we just heard. Did you play the track on your stream? The tail end? Okay.
Yeah.
Drake is so bored waiting for Kendrick. Drake doesn't know too much about AI. Trust me, I talked to him. He didn't know too much about AI. This is within maybe 4 or 5 days. This is how quick he probably got onto it. He had to learn about making AI tracks. He then was like, you know what? Instead of rejecting it and be like, yo, hey, they're putting out fake tracks of me, let me use it and make a track that's gonna get this. Instead of going against the technology, embrace it. Here's what he does. He writes all 3 verses. He wrote Pac's verse. AI Pac. He wrote AI Pac's. He wrote AI Snoop. And now, here's the funny thing. Everybody's watching 8 Mile, right? Come on, that's a reference everybody knows. Hey, one of the dopest things in a battle, well, first everybody knows the 8 Mile strategy. You diss yourself and you kind of neutralize the opponent. And Drake basically writes his Pac saying, hey, Why don't you rap that he's a Canadian? He's soft. Rap about, oh, they're saying he likes little girls. Like, he's almost like doing the 8 Mile thing because, you know, like, I know you make it your face. So Joe Budden said on a podcast, which, you know, completely incorrect. But, you know, he's just kind of addressing things that might be angles for Kendrick.
So what Kendrick's going to talk about.
Yes. So he writes almost a diss to himself, except it's so clever, and people give all the credit in artistry to Kendrick. But here's the thing. Drake has that too, because he wrote verses dissing himself from them, and it was phrased as, hey, why don't you diss Drake? You could use this as a thing. This is a thing. This is a thing. He's writing disses to himself.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
So, you know, also, man, here's another thing, too. It's like, you look at the 8 Mile strategy, obviously, Eminem, the last round, he choked. It wasn't Papa Doc, was it? He choked. Basically, the last, he choked out. You know why? M said everything because he's basically setting Kendrick up. He's basically trying to pivot Kendrick to drop this diss track. He's not doing it still, though. How long until Kendrick drops, and if he doesn't drop, what happens next?
Well, this was an amazing chess move by Drake. He's now put out all the things that Kendrick could talk about. Now, here's the biggest struggle, and this is why I think about me taking Kendrick for a while. Unless you have some, you know, the only thing that could be the knockout punch, if we're comparing it to boxing, you would have to come with an exposure of Drake that would be tantamount to what Pusha T did with his child. So you now need to either wow the public with some information that they've never seen, or what you're going to be left doing is regurgitating what everybody said about him, but you need to be so clever and so genius creatively that you put it in a way that nobody's ever done. That's number one. When you're number one, are you worried about the guy that's number 2, 3, or 4, or 5? No. Hey, I'm number one. I'm doing what I got to do. And this guy who's watching you number one, he feels no type of way. So Drake wasn't going around like, I got to get him. So Drake was like, if he ever tries to get me, I'll respond, but I don't necessarily, I'm not going to help.
Unless it's a moment. Never shot nobody, never stabbed nobody, never even shot this. Parlay.
Others, codes, and morals, and that code of conduct when it comes to just being a musician, point blank, period. Yeah, you might do a backflip, you might do a little twirl, you might do a little 1-2 step type shit, but you'll bar a nigga to fuck up. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I actually, like, with all due respect to Quavo, I don't think Quavo got nothing for Chris. I think Chris can rap with rappers. So I really don't think Quavo could really listen. This ain't time for harmonizing. This ain't time for no dab. This ain't time for none of that shit. This is time for you to get it in. By the way, Quavo's actually made this song before. Remember when the whole thing with DC and there was like the chain snatches? It was like, don't play with me, Quavo. Y'all remember this song? Yeah, I think it was called The Truth.
The money went. Boy, little boy, don't play with me, little boy.
Yeah.
Never been a gangster.
Yeah, I can't play fully. We can't even take the chance with it. But this was a good song by Quavo. You have to go listen to it. It's called The Truth. That was at like some dudes in DC that they were like back in the day to take these guys. Anyway, Chris Brown going hard, man. You know what I mean? Yo, I know maybe we don't have the truth about it. Right? Maybe we don't have the truth about it tomorrow. Did Chris Brown fuck Sweetie while Sweetie was with Quavo? That would be interesting. I'm gonna tell you why that would be interesting, because allegedly one of the reasons why Quavo and Offset fell out is because people felt like supposedly Offset, I know Offset's married to Cardi B, but they said that Offset fucked Sweetie and that was like a violation because everybody know, like, if we all friends, right? We all, like, you watch me and you, we friends. If I fuck a whore and you fuck that same whore, no problem. I got a girlfriend, and even if I ain't with her, if you fuck her, you slime. Like, you know what I mean? You're not supposed to try to fuck my girl, my ex-girl. That's slime. That's not what real niggas do. So there was like a little tension. That's what we were hearing. But even then, I was thinking, I'm like, why would Sweetie want to fuck another nigga in the same group? I don't know if Sweetie a whore. You know what I'm saying? But it looked like Chris Brown is saying that he smashed. Unless we're talking about some other girl other than Chris Brown. I mean, we're talking about some other girl other than Sweetie. So we gotta